Happy Sunday, guys. So, I wanted to get on here and give an update on my lawsuit against Liberty Bankers and two other co defendants. And as you guys know, my lawsuit alleges that these folk have been using overseas call centers to close final expense deals. And then once they have them closed, they're transferring them to the agent, in this case, Liberty Bankers, and their sub-agents. And let me tell you something. Liberty Bankers is fighting tooth and nail on one fact that they don't make phone calls, but they hire people to do that for them, meaning they hire agents to sell insurance, and those agents got to follow the rules. And let me tell you what, we're sitting in federal court right now, and Liberty Bankers is doing everything they can to distance themselves from their two co defendants. So if you're thinking just because you got a contract with a carrier that they're going to go to bat for you when things go south, chances are they won't, especially if you broke the rules. And in this case, it's obvious based on my evidence that Liberty Bankers agents, sub-agents, employees, whatever you want to call them, broke the rules when it comes to do not call registry, which I've been on since December of 2022, and also the insurance rules of using people that are not licensed to sell insurance. Chances are you'll be in the same boat. But I wanted to get on here today because for many years I've been selling insurance over the telephone, final expense, and you see companies come and go, agents come and go. And the reality is that this business is not easy, but it's definitely very rewarding if you're able to stay the course and write good business. And just recently, a company, within a year was in the market selling final expense. They had venture capital money behind them. So they had big money to recruit people, to buy leads. And in short order, these guys were just putting up thousands of applications. Within 9 months of them starting, again, with all the right circumstances, they filed for bankruptcy literally within less than a year. And you sit there and you're asking yourself, why? Well, as you looked a little bit more into the situation, what happened in this agency's, system was that they would buy inbounds, which are generated from advertisements, and everything else that you would see at these lead fairs. But most of their lead system was coming from cold calling efforts from overseas centers. Bottom line. Now, cold calling is not illegal if you know exactly how to follow the rules. But in this case, a big percentage of those leads were being cold called. And once they had a person interested, they would transfer the lead to the agent or the agency on US soil. And they were able to generate tons of traffic, thousands of calls, but at what cost? Well, 9 months later, they're filing for bankruptcy because turns out that overseas center that's in Pakistan, unfortunately, that center would take all of those leads and would sell them as data to somebody else, a competitor, so on and so forth. Think of that. Think of all of the leads that you're buying, and the people that sold you the lead had a copy of that lead, and now they sold it somewhere else for a profit. What do you think is going to happen to all your clients? Well, like these guys saw firsthand, they had other people calling on their existing policyholders and their retention put them in bankruptcy. Guys, how you generate your leads, who's generating your leads is a big deal. Is there a perfect lead system in America? No, there's not. But examples like this can definitely show you that it's better to spend a little bit more money. For example, inbounds, spend more money on inbounds that are generated through opted in sources where people see the ad, they call in, and voila, now they're talking to you. And you own everything from the beginning to the moment in time they call. But if you're, again, cutting corners because it's cheaper to go with something like a cold call lead, it can cost you big time in the long run. I've been selling insurance for 22 years, and I'm happy to say that I've never had a retention issue with any of the carriers that I've sold insurance. And every single month, rain or shine, I receive a thank you check in the form of insurance renewals. But again, who's doing the leads for you? Are these people getting you in trouble? Do you have agents that are out there buying leads from sources that are shady? Think of Liberty Bankers. Liberty Bankers is in a straight federal lawsuit because of their co-defendants who their agents, appointed agents, were using non-licensed people to sell insurance. And the evidence that I have proves that. That's not a situation you want to be in, especially when you're selling insurance and starting to get out there making money. So again, if you're watching this, you need help with your lead source, give us an opportunity. If you need a platform where you can come and sell final expense and you need the training, give us an opportunity. For me this year, I'm focused on my personal production, artificial intelligence, and our Spanish division. But let me tell you what, our training system is easy to follow. If you're a fast learner, we can put you on our ClearPath website and you'll learn how to sell final expense within a week. And plus, I'm on the phones every single day. So be careful out there. Sometimes it takes a little bit longer to get to where you want to be. And when you see these companies that come and go, just think about it. What is the hurry? Take your time to get trained. Take your time to understand what these TCPA guidelines are. Take the time to understand your business, how it works. Because it is a business that the longer you're in it, the more rewarding it is because we get residual income. See you guys at the top. Peace.